Welcome to Platform F. I'm with Marco. Should I call Marco or
Marco.
Mr. G?
Yeah, no. Marco.
Perfect.
Marco,
Yeah.
yeah.
Marco, thank you so much for being here.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah.
Let's talk about where you grew up
Yeah.
and how was the life before
All
all
came
these.
about. Alright. I grew up in West Brunswick, lived with my grandmother, my nonna. There was my family. Schooling was in West Brunswick. It was a very migrant family, Italian background. All my cousins, all male cousins, ended up all in trades, and that was kind of a path that I had to supposedly go down, but it didn't turn out that way. I went down a primary school teaching instead. I remember my family saying to me that I wanted to go to university, and they got angry with me for wanting to go to university. Why would I go to university? There's no opportunities there. Get into a trade. You'll make more money. That's what you're meant to be doing. But I've always been headstrong and against anyone telling me what to do. The more someone tells me what to do, I don't agree with, the more I tend to go the opposite way. So kind of found my own little path growing up.
You've been a teacher for a long time.
31 years.
Wow. Older than me. No. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. No.
Possibly.
No.
Nearly.
No. I'm 40, so no, I was kidding.
Okay.
Let's do this.
Go for
High
it.
five. Yes.
Good.
Awesome. Now, tell me about getting into leather. Were you always attracted to leather?
I've always been I'd say from the age of 10, maybe 9 years old, 10 years old. At the news agency, I saw a Tom of Finland on some magazine. It was just an image. And at that moment, what it did to me, I didn't realize that it would hold on. I'd hold on to it within me for, what am I now, 51, so good 40 years. It really struck a chord with me. It was such an erotic pose. It wasn't even, I wouldn't even say it was an erotic pose. It was just a typical Tom of Finland. And I remember the image, had leather. But some of them aren't the leather, but this one here just had the very similar to that.
Yeah.
I remember it clearly seeing it. And it just really sparked this desire, this really intense desire in me before I even realized that I was gay. That was my first tapping into actually, wow, am I attracted to men here or whatever it was. So that was the first thing. Then within my teens, there were two other moments that really got me thinking, oh, all right, this is something I need to hide possibly, or let's just keep it at the back of my head. Cruising, the movie, sent me sideways in the most best possible way ever. And there was a show on SBS back in when I was a teen. It was called Eat Carpet. So it was on Thursday, Eat Carpet. It was called Eat Carpet. It was on Thursday nights at about 9:30, 10 o'clock. So I'd always manage to have my TV in my room. So I'd make sure that was on. And I only went for about 40 minutes, and it was either imagery with music at the back, gay imagery, or there was a lot of Andy Warhol clips, movies on there. And I remember one night they had shown this, it was like maybe a 20-minute documentary, and I had to do with Tom of Finland, just the images. And that that really got me. So I think it was shortly after that, at 16, this vintage jacket, I got this designed and made for myself.
That looks amazing.
When I was 16, 15 years old, I got this jacket, and everyone else at the time there, what was it, mid 80s. So everyone else was dressed in their particular way, especially the schooling that I went to. And when it was casual clothes day, and along came Marco there with his leather jacket on, and everyone else would be dressed in their tracksuits. But I had to have a bit of leather on me.
Yeah. How was the response in general at that time?
I guess they knew my response from my classmates in high school. They got to work out my personality. So they always knew that I was very much a clown at school. So whenever it came to these kind of things, they would expect something not quite right from me. So if I was to rock up like this, or in a 1950s suede vest with my dad's pants that he wore on his engagement, I would put them on in a vest. And like I said, they'd be in their Kappa tracksuit was a real thing back then. So they'd be all in that and along. I would rock up dressed like that, and they just, yeah, it's just typical of Mark. So one thing, I guess, was my personality that got me through it. Never ever was I bullied, and I went to an all boys school, and the boys school that I went to, there was Italian, Lebanese, and Turkish guys. Not once did I get bullied, picked on at all. I guess my personality got me through it all, which was good. I'm a bit of a clown, and I don't shut up. So
And how was it since then? Now I see you at Laird, you are at these events, and you are very much active recently in the community. How did you get there?
That's just started as of this year. So I'd say from the age of 20 to 50 years old, I lived a very heterosexual gay life. So from 30 to 48, I was in relationships, not being single at all. So I followed the path of what my folks, I guess, would have wanted for me in a way. Be in a relationship, have the security there, don't be single. So I lived that part, and then my life fell apart, and I tapped into Matthew, who we got talking a bit, and I knew that he was in the leather community, and I just probed and probed and probed with 1,001 questions. I just needed a form of security. And all he said to me was, be your authentic self, whatever your authentic self is. Don't be ashamed, feel proud, feel sexy, and go for it. So I rocked up, and my first Spit and Polish this year was on my birthday, March 13th. It was actually on my birthday. It was my very first one. I rocked up on my own, as I tend to do with most things. I just rock up on my own. I had my leather vest, and that's all the item that I had. And I had this jacket. So I had my leather vest, this jacket, a black T-shirt, these jeans, and I found my people. I don't know how else to put it, but I found my people. Comfort that I felt in that one day, I hadn't felt that security. I know security might be the wrong word, but that comfort, or that feeling of, that I hadn't felt in 30 plus years in the gay community. I found it in that one day there. So
I'm really glad to hear that, and it makes me very emotional. I get goosebumps. Marco, tell me, since your first Spit and Polish and until now, how the life
has it changed?
Yeah.
This is no exaggeration. The confidence I've gained this year, my main thing, my whole life, I've lacked so much self-confidence within myself. I can't even look at myself. Oh, this is getting too personal, but I'll open up. It's fine. I've never been able to look at myself in the mirror, ever. I don't like what I see. I've never felt confident. I've never felt comfortable with the exterior of me until, no joke, until coming to Spit and Polish, having the leather on me. I can't stop. When I dress up, no joke, prior to dressing up on a Thursday night, I'll hop out of the shower, and I'll avoid the mirror, and I'll be in my jocks and singlet and get myself all ready, and I'll put on the leather, and I can't stop looking at myself in the mirror. I can't stop. And it feels fantastic. So one, it's the actual feeling of leather has given me the most beautiful confidence that I felt towards myself. But not only that, it's actually meeting who I've met within the Spit and Polish or within our Melbourne leather community, and also abroad through Instagram as well. The confidence that people have given me. And the main thing that I've taken from what everyone has said to me, including yourself and definitely Jay and Matthew and Chris, is I want to be respectful to the leather community. I want to be very respectful towards, because I know there's such a history. And I've done so much research now on the history of the leather man that last thing I ever want to do is disrespect that. But you guys have also said to me, feel sexy in what you're doing. And if it means going against a bit of the norm of what it means to be a leather man, you're still owning it. So to own your leather, to own your leather man is what I've gained from you and from others that I've met. And I look up, this sounds ridiculous, but I do look up to you guys. I do. I really do. I see the way you guys hold yourselves in that forum and in that community. And I sit back a lot. And if you notice, I actually sit back and I observe and I want to watch and I want to learn from all you guys. And I'm learning all the best things about what it means to be a leather man. And the main thing I'm gaining is self-love. And I've never felt self-love. And I'm feeling it now this year. Thanks to this. Thanks to this and thanks to you guys. So
it's
been great.
Yeah, such an amazing story. Yeah. And I think everyone has to start from self-love.
Exactly right.
I think we all need to learn. It's hard to sort of follow some of these things happening and to understand that we have to love ourselves. But if we try to do that, I think everything changes. It
started with me now with the leather, and what I'm learning now is to start putting what I've gained, that confidence I've gained, thanks to the community, no joke, thanks to the community and thanks to this, what I've gained from that, I'm trying to also put that now into when I'm wearing a windsheeter or when I'm wearing a suit or where I'm wearing jeans and something casual. I'm learning to feel that strength and that confidence.
Yeah.
This has been my baby.
Yeah. Yeah.
This has led me now into that stage, and I'm putting what I'm gaining from this into my other aspects of life.
I think we can definitely see the confidence in your Instagram now. So check it out. Check out all the hot pictures.
Oh, I don't know about that, but I'm like I said, I've gained confidence. Something like I could never look at myself in the mirror. I'm still in a way I'm learning to, unless I've got my leather on, unless there's leather on. God help me and everyone else when I finally get my first pair of leather pants.
Yes.
What it's going to do to me is going to be beyond. So
yeah,
I'm looking forward to that.
I'm looking forward to I'm looking forward to talk about all that.
I can't wait. I can't wait.
I want to tap into one thing you said as well about traditions and finding your own way. And that is something I believe as well. It's very important to understand the traditions and know the history.
Yeah.
Because we are in a community that has a very rich and strong history. And like everything else, it's very important to understand that and understand the traditions and the reasons behind it. I also believe that we have to find our own way to go forward.
True what you're saying, Matt. It is very true. Tapping into your own and tapping into the history and kind of creating your own way, but not losing the essence of what it means for the leather community and having your own little flair to it.
I think we have to find our own way for everything because it's just us who can be. I think that as a person, it's just me who can be me.
Yeah.
It's you who can be yourself. There's no other person who can be you.
Yeah. I'm 51 and I feel like my life is beginning now. No joke. No joke.
Marco, you were saying that you have found your community and all these people this year and you are doing a lot of different things. What are you exactly doing to find these people around you, which you might not have done 10 years ago?
Yeah, I feel that there's a light around me now. This confidence that I've gained this year in particular, I guess I'm portraying myself differently, or people are seeing something even without me speaking. They're just seeing this confidence come out. And you know that yourself when you see someone that's walking and they're walking with confidence, or they're standing with confidence, or they're looking with confidence, you're drawn to that. And I felt like there were a lot more people being drawn to me possibly, but I'm feeling confident within myself. A good example of that was when you asked me to join you guys, if I wanted to join you guys in doing the barbecue. Now that might just seem something simple and little for someone, but one barbecues and me, I could have been there for 4 hours cooking up.
Cooking a barbecue than me.
You did all right. You did all right. But not only was that part there that I felt really comfortable doing, but being on the other end, because I'm always there on a Sunday, so I'm always there buying that, and always looking at the guys behind there, and I don't know, looking up to them, but thinking, wow, hey, they've got a place within this community. They're promoting something here, or as you were doing your fundraising, being on that end in a leather scene which Sundays isn't a leather scene, or that Saturday wasn't, but we were part of the leather scene behind the barbecue, gave me this confidence within myself. It was, to me, it was more than just cooking. To me, it was, I felt like at that moment that I was accepted. Maybe I don't know if that's the right word or not, but I felt accepted within the leather community. And I've never not felt accepted because everyone's just been so loving and welcoming to me. But what I felt then, I haven't felt in 40 years within the gay scene. Never felt accepted within the gay scene, always the oddball out, always standing out, and not in the right way. But this time round, this year, yeah, my family's noticing a huge difference in me. My friends are noticing a huge difference in me. My students, my colleagues at work I'm very close to have noticed a huge difference in me. They keep on saying and I've had some bit of crap go on for me this year, but they're saying to me there's a light. There's a light that we haven't seen in a very, very, very long time from you. And all I can put that light down to, and the only thing that I've done different this year is be part of this beautiful, this beautiful community, this beautiful way. So
you also mentioned that you are going to these events and socials by yourself.
Yeah.
And did you do these things before, or is that a new thing as well?
No, this is very much a new thing that's happening now, and I'm feeling a lot more comfortable in doing it. In the past, I would go to certain events on my own, but it was just more the fact of forcing myself out of the house. And if no one else wanted to go out, due to suffering from depression and so forth, I had to force myself to do certain things. So a lot of the time it would be, I'd have to go on my own, and I'd be out for half an hour. I'd have the most severe anxiety while I was out, and I'd just, I ticked the box. I went out. I'm going home now.
Yeah.
Whereas now, I've got a few friends that aren't in the scene that are wanting to come out. I'm like, no, thanks.
I can relate to some of that as well, because I do have anxiety, and I do have anxiety around socializing as well.
Okay, yeah.
So I had to talk to my therapist, do a lot of work around me, and slowly, get into events, but go into places where I would not feel comfortable otherwise. But baby steps. Even going for like 30 minutes or 1 hour, or go with someone really helped me.
Yeah.
And then I became a person that I was more confident to go out by myself.
Yeah.
But it always started very slowly and with baby steps.
I'm a voyeur in every possible sense. I love watching, but I'm also a people watcher. So, and also being extremely shy. So I would go on my own. I'd sit somewhere in the beer garden, kind of away from everyone. And I hope people wouldn't think that I was being a snob or what it may be, but I am a shy person. Unless someone comes and talks to me, and once they do, as you've discovered yourself, I don't stop. And I'm just like, oh, yay, cool, this is great. I'll find it hard to go up to someone to talk in the past.
Yeah.
But now I'm sitting there, might be sitting on my own just to people watch, but I'm making a lot more eye contact with people. I'm gaining that confidence within myself. And the best way to do it is on that Thursday night with the men that are there. There's no judgment.
Yeah.
Zero judgment. I've got enough judgment of myself to myself. I'm not feeling an inch of that within the community at all.
Yeah.
So it's allowing me to feel comfortable with my body, with the way I look and everything.
Yeah.
So
and with all that and the self-love that we were talking about, I hope that self-judgment can go away slowly as well for most of us.
Yeah, I'm noticing a bit of change with that within myself. A little bit of change. I'm liking myself. I'm not at the point of love yet, but I'm liking what I see.
Yeah.
Mainly on Thursday nights, I like what I see.
We all have to start, and like I said, baby steps, and hopefully we will get that. It's it's a journey rather than a destination. So I think you and I both have to enjoy this journey of us keep loving ourselves.
Yes, yay. Peace. God, yeah.
Marco, when we talk about your community and your people that you found, what three things comes to your mind?
Acceptance. Number one, I'll say self-love. I'm not at that point there yet, but I'm definitely on that train track. I've always been on this train track, but I'm on that train track now. So I'm going to say that. Belonging. Yeah, belonging.
Yeah.
I finally feel like I belong to something. I feel it. Whether I do or I don't really care. But I know that I feel like I belong.
Thank you so much. I think
Thank you, BB. Thanks, mate.
you've been very vulnerable, and thank you so much for having this conversation.
No, thanks.
And I hope this conversation will help
Yeah.
so many others who are listening
Yeah, I hope
and
so.
watching.
Yeah. You guys have helped me. I know that. Honest to God, you guys have helped me. So if this reaches out to somebody out there that might have felt the same.
Yay!
Yeah.
Thank you.